Welcome back. It's been a while since I showed you guys around here on the home planet, so figured I would kind of slow down, give a little tour of how things have developed. The last couple videos have been kind of all over the place, so this will be the chance to kind of document where I'm at so far on this game save. And yeah, this is the little relaxing area that I made a couple videos ago. Before, I used to take my car around places, but you'll notice there's no car nearby. It's because now I actually have 6 exoskeletons on my power armor, so I move 180% faster by foot than I used to. So I kind of scamper around like a little rascal now. Look at that. I swear this is faster than my car. Even if it's not, it feels pretty good. This is where the old hub and spoke hub used to be. I kind of just kept the foundations for the memories, but that has been dissolved now. We could take a look at the power system later, but I think the best place to start is going to be over where we are collecting ore. I know some people watching, you don't know a whole lot about Factorio, so let me start from the very beginning, okay? This is not the beginning here, but it's close. It's like one step after the beginning. So the factory makes things out of copper and iron and stone, all sorts of stuff like that. And the stone comes from the ground. These are my miners. They get kind of loud when I zoom in, but see, the miners are picking up that ore and they drop it off into these chests. And then I have these drones pick up the ore from the chests and take it, kind of stuck over here. And then it gets put into these boxes where we wait for a train to come by. And a train will pick up the ore. Here it comes. There it is. It'll pick up the ore and then take it to another spot where it gets dropped into the factory. These trains, they have an automated schedule. They will fuel themselves, and they have a couple conditions for when they'll stay or leave the spots. I like that I don't have to configure each one individually. I just have to set up like a group and then assign them to a group. This is another area where I'm collecting some iron because just one vein isn't enough right now. This one ran out of ore, so I can just pick it up for now. Around these, you'll see I got these turrets, and the turrets are for these bugs out here. See, the bugs, they really don't like the pollution from my mining drills and my crafting machines and everything, so they attack. That's what all these like remains are here. They attack the walls. And then my laser turrets, clean them up. Oh, here comes. Oh yeah, didn't stand a chance. Poor guy. So yeah, that's the iron ore. Here I'm collecting some uranium ore, loading it up onto this train. This train is offloading the iron from those veins, and so it offloads it to more trains. Yep. Trust me, there's a reason. There's a reason why I do it this way. I could explain, but I feel like that's not necessary. But yeah, basically this here is my 4 like iron loading trains. And you see how they just kind of keep coming in. This guy's dropping off some more iron. And these guys are picking it up. And then they go off to wherever that iron is needed. This is the same thing but for copper ore. The trains just kind of come in here, park, pick up the copper, and then go take it where it's needed. This train's actually taking a nap. You see that? It's got the Z's out. That's because his automated schedule, there's no open place for him to go right now. And that's a good thing. That tells me that every place that needs copper is full of copper right now. So I like to see that. The trains, they got a lot of tracks. And believe it or not, the track system, it looks complicated, but it can be broken down pretty simply. There's one really important rule to how I laid out these tracks. By the way, just to kind of orient you, this is that iron we were looking at. And then these are like those 2 stations, the loading stations. And then we zoom out, and this is basically the whole factory right now. So yeah, one really important rule is that this rail system is built on loops. So this was the first loop right here. And the reason why it works is because trains, this is like a one-way. This loop, you can only travel it the direction that I'm moving the mouse. I guess that's counterclockwise. You will never see a train going this way. Never. If they want to go somewhere, like, let's say he's right here and he wants to go back here, he's got to go all the way around the loop. And that sounds bad, but it's actually really good. It's actually really good because then these trains, they never have like intersections where they need to like turn or anything like that. They just kind of keep on rolling along the loop, and maybe you got to pause for somebody to like merge onto the thing, but the pause is pretty quick and then you just keep moving. So see them all going to their different places, and it kind of works pretty well. So we got this main loop right here, and then we got this loop right here. But the thing is, this one's not a full loop, right? So for this one, if you want to go around, you got to go all the way back to the main loop. So it's like an extension of the main loop. It would be its own loop if I added a little spot here and a spot here. But the problem is, then you would break the rule, because then you could have trains going up this way or you could have them going down. And we don't want that. We want everything to be a one-way track. Every track here is one way. And so then we got this loop. This one, again, it's not its own, like, it's not a full loop. It's an extension of the main loop. Because right here, you cannot go this way. So it would be its own loop if you could go like that, but you cannot. If you want to go back here after exiting, you got to go all the way around the main loop and then come back on. And I like that. Then we got this like quarter loop right here. This is for the refuel station mostly. If they ever want to refuel, they'll hop up here this way, boom, park at the fuel station, refuel, and then exit onto the main loop. And all these trains that are parked here, they're just sitting at like different production areas. So these are, if we follow like this guy that just picked up some copper, see that he's got to pause a little bit for the trains, but then he goes and we follow him. Where's he going? Where's he going? Oh, he's going real far. Still going. Oh, there he goes. So he parks here. And now he's providing copper for the chips production. I got green chips and red chips being made here. Right now, what's really limiting the production for these is plastic. I do really need to get some better plastic production going. I have outgrown my old plastic production. I can show it to you. Actually, if we watch this guy, oh, he wants to go pick up more plastic, but he went to sleep because the station is full. This is the plastic station. See, we got it coming out here, loading up onto the train. And plastic, I used to not need that much of it, but now I'm making a lot of red chips. What really I need the red chips to make blue chips. And I need so many blue chips right now that I need a lot more plastic. Like these 3 chemical stations are not, chemical plants are not cutting it. I think it used to be working a bit faster, but these pump jacks have slowed down because I've been using this these oil deposits for a long time. Over here you'll see, oh wow, there was a big attack recently. We had a lot of bugs come in and try to attack the factory, but I guess they couldn't handle my maze. You know, they didn't even make it into the maze. I have this set up so that like they'll go in and then they gotta run this way, then they gotta run either this way or that way and just keep running around, but they did not even make it that far. And this is the frontier, where out there is bug territory. So yeah, that's the plastic, the iron, the copper. To make plastic, you need coal. And let me show you where the coal is coming from. We can just kind of, I'll ask the train to take us there. Here we go. So this is the coal area. It's just like the other ones. We got the miners dropping it off into the boxes, and then drones pick it up from the boxes to the train. These are flashing because I haven't come and done maintenance for a while. I could clean those out. They ran out of resources. That's why they're flashing red. And so you might be wondering at this point, if you're not a Factorio player, what's the point, you know? All these chips and iron and stuff, why do we make it? And we make it for these right here. These are my research labs. My research labs, this is where you have to deposit these like different science packs. And each one has different stuff you gotta make. But there's a few colors that I'm making right now. Let me show you where I make my red science. this is it. It's pretty simple, the red science. It's just this little area right here. I could easily upscale this, but I didn't because right now this is not the bottleneck. We have other science packs that are being produced slower. Then after the red science, we got this for my green science. And the green science is a similar story. I got 9 of these tier 2 assemblers right now. And I could scale it up, but it's not the bottleneck. This one's a little bit harder to read, but this is my military science. Each one is like this. So it's like this is one, and then it repeats here. And these are flipped on the other horizontally. And we got, I think it's 5 and 5 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So this big chunk is making the exact same number of science, but a different color, as this tiny block. And these are both making the same amount as this little tinier red one. So these are like the 3 starter sciences. And then after that is blue science. This is my blue science production. The blue science, it's like this little area. And then I pasted it here, flipped it vertically. And then I took that whole thing there and I pasted it alongside, like that. And then I took this whole thing here and I pasted it right there. I might be making it harder to read, but the point is just that this is like copy pasted, and then the amount that I'm producing here is 0.2448. This is still a bit less. So between this and this combined, we're still producing a bit less than each one of those other sciences that I showed you, the first 3. So blue is bottlenecking those other 3, but I have even less production for purple, I believe. And here's my purple science. Purple science, if you can see the block, it's right here. And then it gets pasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Each block has 2 tier 2 assemblers. But I will admit I made a mistake on this one. So I wish I could do the math here and count that each one of these is 0.2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this should be 2 purple science per minute. Per second actually. But the place where I messed up on this one is the steel. So if we zoom into just one of these, you'll see that ideally these should both be working right now, but neither is working. And neither is working because they're both missing rails. And we're missing rails because we're missing steel. So that's what I mean by I messed up my steel production. I even thought I did the math, and that's why I have these like speed modules in there. I guess I didn't do the math right. So eventually I could come in and fix this, but if I had to estimate, they're probably working at a bit under half, which it sounds bad, and it is less than the blue science, but my bottleneck is still not here. My bottleneck is, on this planet at least, is right here. the yellow science. So my yellow science, it has two problems. One problem is that I only have 0.4 per second being produced, whereas the other ones are at about 1.5 to 2-ish per second. This one's only at 0.4. This entire design, even if it was running at max production. But look, this one, there's 4 sections here. So it's like this, and then it gets rotated and pasted, rotated and pasted, and then rotated and pasted. And so all 4 of the science assemblers are not working right now. So the problem here is that we're missing blue chips. And I don't know if you remember, but that's what I was talking about earlier. That I need more blue chips right now. But the problem with my blue chip production is that I need more red chips. And the problem with my red chip production is that I need more plastic. And so that's why this little plastic facility that I showed you earlier needs to be improved. It's kind of holding back my science production. So we got a couple trains that they are willing, they are ready to pick up as much plastic as possible, but just need a lot more plastic. Probably like I don't know, at least 4 times as much, which would not even be that much of an increase, but you know, just gotta kind of buckle down and build it. Been doing other stuff like organizing some of these rail connections. It looks pretty good now. These trains, they've got a lot of paths now that they can take, so they're looking pretty good. And this is just the home planet. I still have that other planet, Fulgora, the one that I crash landed on. I got this space platform, pretty cool. This is my new upgraded like spaceship that I use to fly between this planet and the other one. This one, if you saw my crash landed video, I ran out of ammo, and the way that I got around that problem for this design is it just produces its own ammo now, based on these like meteors that are, or asteroids that are floating around. It'll pick them up and make ammo. Then I got this platform. This one's making science. Could probably ship some down, yeah. Let's send that down to the planet. This one's making some science and some platforms as well, but right now it's out of copper, so it's not making platforms. We got a big backup of asteroids. But it happens, you know. This is like a side project of a side project of a side project, so it's alright if that backs up. And then I got this other platform. This one is on top of the other planet, or floating in orbit of the other planet. And you know, I don't really remember what my vision was for this. I think I just wanted a platform because I had a lot of extra of these foundations, these space foundations, and I was like, you know what, I might as well make something. So maybe eventually I'll strap some what are those called? Thrusters. Slap some thrusters on this thing and make it a big like transport platform or something, but it's kind of cool. I never noticed this circle right here. I love circles. So yeah, I think let me see, did I miss anything for the tour? This is where I make a lot of my pieces for building the factory, so I got like my conveyor belts and my splitters and everything being made there. And then this is where the sulfuric acid is being produced for the factory. Make my laser turrets here. This is the lube production. This one's not working right now because we're full. Got plenty of lube. That's for making the little flying drones and yellow science. Yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, I guess there's my power plant. Nuclear power. Got that uranium being shipped in here. It gets centrifuged and then refined. We got a lot of uranium right now. A whole lot of uranium. So yeah, there's no problem if I'm wasting some power. I'm producing like twice as much as I need, but whatever. I've got so much uranium that we can afford to waste a bit. This is my low density structures. These are for making rockets. And yeah, let me just go pick up that science. I'll drop it off. You can see the drones work, and we'll call it a video there. This is the science that I dropped down from that space platform. Let's go take it to the labs. I could automate this, you know, have something be conveying it over here, but I find that it's kind of nice every once in a while to come and feed the labs. Eat up. Look at them go. They love science. Let's see if they want some space science. You guys hungry for space science? Oh, they are hungry. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow. They really wanted that space science. Looks like we're running kind of low on green and blue science. Oh wait, actually this is the, oh, this is the purple. This is the blue, yeah. Yeah, green and blue, but like I said, the real bottleneck is yellow, so I'm not worried about green and blue right now. Or not green, purple. Purple and blue right now. Yeah. Take it back over here. And hope you enjoyed, you know. Gonna keep working on the factory. Let's see where we end up next. See ya.